नमस्कार दोस्तों. Today is 4th November 2020. First step to be a successful trader is to build a trade plan and review its performance on daily basis. In this video, I will review my today's trade and my learning, and also discuss my trade plan for 5th of November 2020. I will do this for Nifty as well as Bank Nifty. I hope that this video will add value to your trade setup and trading strategy. If you like to know more about my trade setup, then I recommend to check out my video on trade setup, link in description box and at the end of this video. So let's start to understand what happened in Nifty and Bank Nifty today. For today Nifty, our plan was to buy on dip and to buy on the range of 11,782 or 755 with a target of 11,844. So if you see, Nifty opened up today was actually a very choppy day based on US election, and Nifty actually moved entire its range from bottom to top. Uh, Unfortunately, I couldn't take any trade today on Nifty as it opened up, and I do work on 15-minute chart. The close of the first 15 minute was at 11,859, which was much above my buying level. And then somewhere around 115, it did came close to our buying zone, but it gave a very small opportunity to enter, and I missed that opportunity. And after that, Nifty shown a very strong upside, and it reached the target level of 11 above our target of 11,875 and closed at 11,908. So choppy day, but closed up very strongly, and I couldn't take any trade on Nifty. Although in Bank Nifty also had a similar pattern like choppy, but in Bank Nifty the trade was triggered. So in the morning in Bank Nifty also we had a plan to enter on dip in the level of 25,497 or 25,314 with the target of 25,863 or 26,046. So in the morning, Bank Nifty gave us an opportunity to enter, and I made my first trade on the start of the second 15-minute chart somewhere here. It went up. I didn't book my profit here because target was at around 2484. Target was quite above, and then we had a choppy session where my stop loss got hit. I again waited, and I again entered on this particular candle, and this time I kept a little bit high stop loss, which was below L4, which was also taken out during this red candle, and by then I have lost my energy to re-enter the trade. And then actually the real move came in from where Bank Nifty moved from bottom of the range to almost the top of the range, and taking out the monthly resistance of 25,694, but it closed just below the monthly resistance of 25,694. So this is the result of my trade where I had a loss today in Bank Nifty futures for 2670 and in Hero Motocorp MIS 1300. So what's the learning for today? Learning for today is to be first is be very strong or have a conviction on a monthly resistance line and support line. These lines are not easy to break, and those lines generally act as a target or support. So if you see here, the Bank Nifty moved up and returned exactly from monthly resistance. It came down, and then it required a very big amount of volume on this candle to break this monthly support. Second, when market starts falling, move from 15 minutes to 5 minutes, because then it gives you a correct price action and maybe an opportunity to enter. So if I want to move this on 5-minute chart, we will see that over here Nifty, Bank Nifty actually came down, took a support, and we can actually clearly see a very strong price reversal, which 1320 is the time here. But if I move on so here you are able to see clear cut price reversal on 5-minute chart. But when I look into 15-minute chart and 1320, it looks like a tail of a candle. And then you generally miss the entry. So this is the area where I need to improve on, where I need to get more focus, find and ensure that I have a patience to enter the trade at the right time. But trade plan is strong, and concepts are getting much and much clearer as I involve myself more in stock market. So now let's talk about tomorrow. So tomorrow is again going to be a very interesting day, specifically because of US election. So before I talk about tomorrow's trade plan, let's try to understand how US election or its results will impact Indian stock market. Many of you may have this question in your mind. So fundamentally, it doesn't matter who's going to win, but what is important for emerging market like India is that whoever wins, they should win in the election in both the part, that is Senate and as well as overall. So investors with the worldwide are wishing that US election results should come as early as possible, because trillions of dollars of stimulus hinge on that. A big stimulus package in the US is seen as a favorable for emerging market such as India. There are talks that if Biden wins both the presidential election and the Senate, the stimulus package could be as high as 5 trillion. That would be a big kicker, not only for Wall Street, but even the emerging market. And that is extremely important for us. So if you look in that perspective, we need to genuinely look at how the US election results are coming for a presidential election and as well as for Senate. And let's hope that either Biden or Trump wins both the part of the election, that is presidential election and as well as Senate, and hope for a big stimulus package. And we could see that market is somewhere sensing it and moving in upward direction. So when we look for Nifty is on daily basis is above the monthly resistance of 11,828, above the weekly resistance of 11,866, and just below the previous month 11,942. This is some magic line we have here. Not this should be the weekly. Yeah, that's a weekly high. So 11,942. So the trend for Nifty is definitely up on a daily as well as on a 15-minute chart. As on 15-minute chart, we see that Nifty has closed about 8-day, 20-day, 50-day, and 200-day moving average. So the strategy for Nifty tomorrow is buy on dip. So tomorrow I expect action where Nifty may wherever Nifty moves up, it should be another choppy day and it should correct. It should come somewhere in the range of for our Camarilla pivot. If we look into a camera pivot, let's see what it's saying to us. So a Camarilla pivot for Nifty is saying 11 support at 11,860 and 11,812. So somewhere in this zone, 860 and 812. So 828, the monthly resistance, which will now act like a support. So we look forward, I look forward the Nifty to come to this zone, and this would be the area to buy with a target of 11,956 to 12,004. So on the first target is 956, which is just above 942. To 12,000. So there is a very big resistance. So plan for tomorrow is buy on dip 11,828 in this zone, 11,956, 11,860 to 11,812. I'm sorry, with a target of 11,956 and 12,004, which is here. Now, when we look into Bank Nifty, Bank Nifty is definitely stronger, but it's still below the resistance. So tomorrow it's very important to see where Bank Nifty is opening, whether it is opening above the monthly resistance or it's opening below this resistance. This is very strong resistance for Bank Nifty. I'm sorry. And so for on Camarilla, we have support for Bank Nifty at 25,458 and 25,232, which is this zone. It is almost same as today's low. So somewhere closer to today's low with a target of 25,910 to 26,136. Which will be 25. Sorry. Twenty-five 910 to 26,136. 26,136. 136 here, and this one is 25,910 somewhere here. So for Bank Nifty, target is buy on dip, which is closer to today's low, 25,458 or 25,232, with a target of 25,910 and 26,136. Today, these two bars very, very interesting, because when market is live, and if you have seen the formation of this bar actually started with big red. So you may felt that the market is going for a big crash, and it would have made your heartbeat run very fast. And then suddenly the buying came and it took care of all the bears, and then the strong move happened. This was a very interesting point to enter in the Bank Nifty. as well as we had the similar situation on Nifty. This whole bar was full red bar, came to 200-day moving average, and then it moved up. So this is a very strong price action, and this kind of action one should not miss. This shows a very strong buying, and then that buying continued and pulled Nifty and Bank Nifty at the top. So whenever you see a sudden drop like this, and for me, when I'm on 15-minute chart, what I should be doing is I should move from 15-minute chart to 5-minute chart to get again the same mistake I'm doing. Sorry. So in 5-minute chart, it gives a very clear picture. You come down, 200 moving average, it took a support. Weekly resistance, it took a support. Camarilla, it took a support and zoomed up. Fantastic move, but I missed it. But it's every day is a day to learn, and today also I learned something. So be a fox, look for an opportunity to enter. Whenever market is falling big time on 15-minute chart, move your view from 15 minutes to 5 minutes and look for a opportunity to enter. If you feel that this discussion has added some value to your trade setup or trading ideas or trading style, then do like my video. Please put your comments. Do tell me which what time interval of chart you use for intraday trading. That will be very interesting to know. And do subscribe to my channel. Please consult your financial advisor before you take any trade. Jai Hind.